Jiggle fuck with T now, I'm gonna fuck with you. What's going on with the trickle you? Yeah, I want to show me you. I want to fuck with Tang with Drew Dang. I want to give it in that patient on the Usna Smiddle like that on the Dang. I want to fuck with now, kid. That's enough. I don't want to hear anymore. What's up, Jiggle fuck with T now? I'm gonna fuck with you. What's going on with the trickle you? Yeah, I want to show me you. I want to fuck with Tang with Drew Dang. I want to give it in that patient on the Usna Smiddle like that on the Dang. I want to fuck with now, kid.
That's crazy. Wendy, what's up? Hey guys, how's it going? About to get started here. Checking some memes, messages. Memes and messages. Yeah, I seen it. Wonder how this shit is gonna play out. All right, I think that's about it. What's good with you? How your day going? Thanks for making it to the stream. About to do the shit we always do. Paint something. See if we can get something painted. Ain't it? Let's get it, queen it at the banquet. I'm scraping the ceiling. My easel too long. I got a long one. Ooh, some fish cakes. It's been a long one. Why is it? Oh, because I screwed this part up, so I jacked it up to kind of pass that yesterday. So let's get it back down without messing it up. And we're gonna work around the ear. We're gonna get that ear. Then we're gonna do the lips and mustache and come down into the neck. Gonna get that ear real quick though. Well, not real quick. Honestly, ears take a while. So we'll do our thing. Um. Hold on, I'll go check for a package. Yo, P, what up, bro? Yeah, I sent him a video when I sent it to him on Sunday. And it's crazy because his name's Sunday, and I texted him on Sunday. So I sent him this one when I was adding the blue. And then I sent him this one when I started doing the second detail layer on his face. It's not playing? Oh, there it goes. And I sent him that. My head is all in the camera shot on that one. And then he said, great work, my brother. I'm just finishing all the work in line today, and I will start working on your portrait starting from tomorrow. I have all the materials ready. I'll share you some progress this week. My homeboy had been playing around with Suno. He just sent me 2 songs. I'm about to play this one. Check out these lyrics. Okay. Girl, miss you bad when you're not around. 'Cause you're the only one holding it down. You're queen of sin for a crown. 'Cause you're the only one holding it down. I wanna turn your frown to a smile. Yeah, I can love you from a million miles. Yeah, it's your hair, it's your face, it's your style. Yeah, and your smile, it just be driving me wild. We can kick and just talk for a while. I hit a fight when she start liking me now. Tell them niggas that I don't play around. A real one, baby, you ain't stuck with a clown. Let them know that when I do come around, I'll be the only one that's holding you down. That's not bad right there. So one of my homeboy, he's a actor, movie producer, but he does music a little bit too. And I was telling him about Suno for like months and months. I talked to everybody about Suno, and he finally got on it. And I was like, bro, you gotta write some shit for Suno. So this is some of the music he been doing. So that last one was called Only One. And this one is called Jenny's song. No, Jenny's Pain. Okay, let's see what this is. Jenny's Pain. That's all the lyrics? I can't see more lyrics than that.
You saved me. I had to learn the hard way. You saved me. I had to take the long way. You saved me. I had to saved me. I had to learn the hard way. You saved me. I had to take the long way. You saved me. I had to learn the hard way. You saved me. I had to take the long way.
Nah, somebody got some bars. Somebody got some bars. Okay. Our greatest did an update. I saw a clip of new gear and inflatable airbag and some sort of jetpack. I'm trying to get back on art rate. We playing that shit tonight, bro? That what you trying to say?
Check.
Somebody just commented on this song right here. Said dope lyrics. Thanks, fam. It's all good though, because I got a new song too. You want to hear it? Here you go. Back just in time for the new song.
Rap house.
Let's do this real quick. We're gonna paint for a minute. This new track is called Technique.
Trap House Entertainment. Trap House Entertainment. The king can lose his crown. The teacher remains intelligent. The fiends will watch you drown. The moment they can't get medicine, so you better swim like a veteran. Pulling late nights like Letterman, eyes like brake lights. I know you smelling it. It's the best I ever been. Y'all niggas softer than some gelatin. You never win, cause you moving devilish. Flyer than a pelican. Master the technique. I always show more action and less speech. Dead beats are dead meat. Living like some scared sheep. Pickle eggs and red beets. I want the beef like red meat. You can't sleep. Once you see the blueprints, your ignorance a nuisance. My 2 cents, you useless. You just a doofus. I'm in the eye of the storm, trying to tie up some loose ends. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the black geese. I mastered the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. With revenge of the black geese. I mastered the technique. So immortal, my legacy lives on. To my L's with a smile, you never been that strong. I've been writing since the 90s, yeah, it's been that long. Try to jump off the porch and got your ass sent home. Yeah, I got big bones, I'm a mixer of the crap, better not pitch stones. You don't wanna feel my wrath, a pack of rock cones and a half of that gas. We move like Vikings, if our clans gon' clash, I'm vibe coded. The new Trojan, you doom scrolling. My mind open, I'm too focused, you too bogus. It's amazing how I can cause friction and keep motion. Until you put in work, all you can do is keep hoping. Trap House Entertainment. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of black geese. I mastered the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the blackie. I mastered the technique.
My flow wet like jet ski.
I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the blackie. I mastered the technique. My flow wet like jet ski. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the blackie. I mastered the technique.
Technique. No, I got a bunch of them.
Trap House Entertainment. Trap House Entertainment. The king can lose his crown. The teacher remains intelligent. The fiends will watch you drown the moment they can't get medicine. So you better swim like a veteran. Pulling late nights like Letterman. Eyes like brake lights. I know you smelling it. It's the best I ever been. Y'all niggas softer than some gelatin. You never win cause you moving devilish. Flyer than a pelican. Master the technique. I always show more action and less speech. You dead beats are dead meat. Living like some scared sheep. Pickle eggs and red beets. I want the beef like red meat. You can't sleep. Once you see the blueprints, your ignorance a nuisance. My 2 cents. You useless. You just a doofus. I'm in the eye of the storm trying to tie up some loose ends. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the blackie. I mastered the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the blackie. I mastered the technique. So immortal, my legacy lives on. To my L's with a smile, you never been that strong. I've been writing since the 90s, yeah, it's been that long. Trying to jump off the porch and got your ass set home. Yeah, I got big bones, I'm a mixture of the crab, better not pitch stones. You don't wanna feel my wrath, a pack of raw cones and a half of that gas. We move like Vikings, if our clans gon' clash, I'm vibe coded. The new Trojan, you doom scrolling. My mind open, I'm too focused, you too bogus. It's amazing how I can cause friction and keep motion. Until you put in work, all you can do is keep hoping. Trap House Entertainment. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the blackie. I mastered the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the blackie. I mastered the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the blackie. I mastered the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the blackie. I mastered the technique.
I'm gonna burn this up a couple times real quick, guys. Y'all know how I do new songs.
Trap House Entertainment. Trap House Entertainment. The king can lose his crown. The teacher remains intelligent. The fiends will watch you drown the moment they can't get medicine. So you better swim like a veteran. Pulling late nights like Letterman. Eyes like brake lights. I know you smelling it. It's the best I ever been. Y'all niggas softer than some gelatin. You never win cause you moving devilish. Flyer than a pelican. Master the technique. I always show more action and less speech. You dead beats are dead meat. Living like some scared sheep. Pickle eggs and red beets. I want the beef like red meat. You can't sleep. Once you see the blueprints, your ignorance a nuisance. My 2 cents. You useless. You just a doofus. I'm in the eye of the storm trying to tie up some loose ends. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the blackie. I mastered the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the blackie. I mastered the technique. So immortal, my legacy lives on. To my L's with a smile, you never been that strong. I've been writing since the 90s, yeah, it's been that long. Try to jump off the porch and got your ass set home. Yeah, I got big bones, I'm a mixture of the crab, better not pitch stones. You don't wanna feel my wrath, a pack of raw cones and a half of that gas. We move like Vikings, if our clans gon' clash, I'm vibe coded. The new Trojan, you doom scrolling. My mind open, I'm too focused, you too bogus. It's amazing how I can cause friction and keep motion. Until you put in work, all you can do is keep hoping. Trap House Entertainment. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the black geese. I mastered the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the black geese. I mastered the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the black geese. I mastered the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the black geese. I mastered the technique.
Want me to what up, broski? I'm gonna hit it one more time, then I might let it take a break. Got a new song.
Trap House Entertainment. Trap House Entertainment. The king can lose his crown. The teacher remains intelligent. The fiends will watch you drown the moment they can't get medicine. So you better swim like a veteran. Pulling late nights like Letterman. Eyes like brake lights. I know you smelling it. It's the best I ever been. Y'all niggas softer than some gelatin. You never win cause you moving devilish. Fired in a pelican. Master the technique. I always show more action and less speech. Dead beats and dead meat. Living like some scared sheep. Pickle eggs and red beets. I want the beef like red meat. You can't sleep. Once you see the blueprints, your ignorance a nuisance. My 2 cents, you useless. You just a doofus. I'm in the eye of the storm, trying to tie up some loose ends. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the black geese. Got mastered the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. With revenge of the black geese. I got mastered the technique. So immortal, my legacy lives on. To my L's with a smile, you never been that strong. I've been writing since the 90s, yeah, it's been that long. Try to jump off the porch and got your ass sent home. Yeah, I got big bones, I'm a mixer of the crab. Better not pitch stones, you don't wanna feel my wrath. A pack of rock cones and a half of that gas. We move like Vikings, if our clans gon' clash. I'm vibe coded, the new Trojan, you doom scrolling. My mind open, I'm too focused, you're too bogus. It's amazing how I can cause friction and keep motion. Until you put in work, all you can do is keep hoping. Trap House Entertainment. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the black geese. I mastered the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the black geese. I mastered the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the black geese. I mastered the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the black geese. I mastered the techniques.
Nah, that shit right there hard as fuck, son. I ain't gonna lie, I like that one. I like that one better than the last one we did. You know what I'm saying? That's 7. That's 7 songs right there towards the next album. I keep thinking about just dropping the EP, doing like making it 7 songs. That might be the last song. I don't know. Depending on how I'm feeling, man. If I can whip up another 3 songs by next weekend and drop like 10 tracks, I'm kind of cool with the 7 new songs we got right now. It's weird because they're so diverse. There's like 3 conspiracy songs on this one, and then 4 just like bullshit tracks. So I don't know if I should write more towards the conspiracy aspect or should I just write some more fun music? Because we got that Summertime song on there. That's a really fun song. I really enjoy that track, yo. I ain't gonna lie, yo. I've been bumping that a lot going to and from work. We have to figure it out, like I said, in the next week or so. Where's this? So no, this actually curves a little more out this way towards the edge of the ear, like that, right? And then we're gonna do raw sienna and some red right below that little part. I would put the camera up closer, but I am doing a time lapse. I don't want the YouTube camera to be in the time lapse video, of course. Like I said, some red and brown, a little bit of brown, mostly red. We're gonna pull this part down. I probably should have saturated this with a little bit of seed oil before I started painting. But it's such a small area, it'd be okay. It'd be all right. We're gonna go a little darker towards this part. This is where I need a little more brown, a little bit more of that Van Dyke brown. Gonna do it every time. Van Dyke brown. So that starts there. So, well, honestly, I feel like that probably could come down a little bit more too. Hold on. So I'm gonna take this brown I got on the brush. I'm gonna at least smudge a little bit here. And then we're gonna do, looks like some raw. No, I'm gonna do some yellow and orange. Some yellow ochre and a little bit of orange. And I think I need to square this out a little more on the bottom. That little ear flappy thing. Like that. Square that out a little more. Okay, that looks nice. Then we're going to take a little bit more of this yellow ochre and pull this down right here, all the way down to the bottom of the lobe. And then probably move into some of that flesh tone. Maybe a little bit of this. And I'm going to add a little more orange to that flesh tone section. Yours can be very complicated. It has a lot of folds and creases and turns just in like a very small area. And of course it's skin, so that too. Trying to get every little crease in the ear and to get that skin tone just right. Brighten that a little bit more, and then also towards the edge, I might add a little warm white, a smidget that goes in here. Like that. What up, folks? Welcome back to the studio. We about to do a reading of the lyrics shortly because we got a new song. I've actually bragged about Suno so much. One of my other homeboys is making music on it now. I'm on a Suno Facebook page, and a lot of other people are saying the same thing. They're getting criticized for making art with AI. I mean, making music with AI. And one dude was like, "Man, I'm still an artist. I'm writing the fucking music. It's just that," he said, "the technology has finally caught up with my creativity." I was like, you know what? Never thought about it like that. Just using the tools they making, man. I'm just using the tools they make. Get that ear looking good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now do a little bit of blending here and there. I'm gonna smudge this in both. Call me the ear hustler. Motherfuckers always trying to ear hustle some shit. It's not looking too bad right there, honestly. It ain't looking too shabby. It looked good from my house. And I used to be a painter. One of my coworkers used to say, how does this look? That shit look good from my house. Nigga, I'm not trying to see it from your house. Everything look good from over there. I need to make sure it look good up close. A little bit more here, a little bit more there. I'm gonna do one there, one here, and one right here. Rub that in a little bit. Let me give you a little rub down, a little rubby dub, a little rubby dubby. You're smudging it. I know. Shut the fuck up. You're gonna ruin it. Calm the fuck down. I did this before. I know exactly what I'm doing here. I think. I'm almost certain of myself. I'm 100% almost sure about my opinion of how this is going to turn out. I had another coworker send me a friend request. Bitch, I don't know you like that. I don't know you like that. You might be an infiltrator. Mm-mm. I wonder what he really posts on this stuff. I wonder what he really thinks. No, you don't. You don't want to know what I think, bitch. Get one infiltrator on there, taking screenshots of some shit. I'm good. I don't need you on my social media. My art page is open to the public. and everyone knows me as an artist, you shouldn't even want to be on my personal page. Go to my art page and check out my art stuff and help promote me and share my shit. What was that? Shit scared me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Had to flinch. God damn, that boy can paint, boy. That motherfucker can't do nothing else. No, that motherfucker ain't gonna deal with a damn paintbrush. I tell you that. He might not be the smartest man in the world, but give him a paintbrush and watch what he do. He'll blow your mind. I ain't lying to you. All right. Gonna try to work around his mustache a little bit. And then I'm gonna saturate that with some oil though. You know what I mean? Make it nice and slick for me and get a little wet. You gotta be a little wet sometimes. You still on the clock, bro? Oh, 10 minutes.
Trap House Entertainment.
That's me.
Trap House Entertainment. The king can lose his crown. The teacher remains intelligent. The fiends will watch you drown the moment they can't get medicine. So you better swim like a veteran. Pulling late nights like Letterman. Eyes like brake lights. I know you smelling it. It's the best I ever been. Y'all niggas softer than some gelatin. You never win cause you moving devilish. Flyer than a pelican. Master the technique. I always show more action and less speech. Dead beats are dead meat. Living like some scared sheep. Pickle eggs and red beets. I want the beef like red meat. You can't sleep. Once you see the blueprints. Your ignorance a nuisance. My 2 cents. You useless. You just a doofus. I'm in the eye of the storm trying to tie up some loose ends. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the black geese. Got master the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. With revenge of the black geese. Got master the technique. So immortal, my legacy lives on. To my L's with a smile. You never been that strong. I've been writing since the 90s. Yeah, it's been that long. Try to jump off the porch and got your ass sent home. Yeah, I got big bones. I'm a mixer of the crap. Better not pitch stones. You don't wanna feel my wrath. A pack of rock cones and a half of that gas. We move like Vikings. If our clans gon' clash, I'm vibe coded. The new Trojan, you doom scrolling. My mind open. I'm too focused. You're too bogus. It's amazing how I can cause friction and keep motion. Until you put in work, all you can do is keep hoping. Trap House Entertainment. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of black geese. I master the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of black geese. I master the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of black geese. I master the technique. My flow wet like jet skis.
camera head gonna go crazy.
Trap House
Who it is?
Entertainment.
That's that Trap House Entertainment. This motherfucker don't stop right.
Trap House Entertainment.
How does he write so much? That's crazy, man. Hey.
Sleep is for the sheep. Wake up from your slumber. And complain is for the weak. Sleep is for the sheep. Wake up from your slumber. And complain is for the weak. Time to tear this down. Insomnia. I cannot sleep, I stay awake. Embracing for the break of day. I sit and bake. Inhale it deep, and then I think I might miss something if I blink. Third eye catches everything. Watch the energy exchange. New domains, body language, mood swing, telegraphing true intentions. Epiphanies and memories, old habits, new decisions. Shadows dancing on the wall. Still disguise the true dimensions. Hard to process it all. The first time that the truth is mentioned. Now you're in a new position. Mind open, eyes wide. Information overload. 20/20 hindsight. Stepping out the echo chamber. Better check your blind side. Read between the lines because the fine print hides lies. Committing high crimes. Write his story in the books. And they try to lead you blind. Bait you out and get you hooked. Derailing your train of thought. Slowly get your freedom took. If you think you're dreaming, then you better take another look. I'm awake and I stay woke. Society is a lame joke. So many wars. Stay broke. Miseducation and no hope. We war in sheep's clothes. The pedophiles won't get exposed. Fears controlled around the globe. Seeing reality can take its toll. I'm awake and I stay woke. Society is a lame joke. So many wars. Stay broke. Miseducation and no hope. We war in sheep's clothes. The pedophiles won't get exposed. Fears controlled around the globe. Seeing reality can take its toll. Insomnia. I cannot sleep, I stay awake, writing as I contemplate ways we can escape this cage. Now let's use a man with rage that he can barely contain. Tell him that we're all equal, turn around, make him a slave. Pay his ass minimum wage while they raise the debt ceiling. Can't afford the cost of living, can't describe that feeling. Both parties inside trading, politicians making millions. Then they start another war, trying to sacrifice our children. 2030, UBI, NCB, DC, heebie-jeebies. Cause destruction, cause they greedy. Had to purchase TikTok, cause they see we turn it off the TV. Gotta stay in TikTok, revolution, won't be speedy. Ready for the long haul, gathering information as we watch empire fall. The future's for the taking. Ain't no use in waiting. Ain't no room for hesitation. We don't with assimilation. Now's the time to be awakened. I'm awakened. I stay woke. Society is a lame joke. So many wars. Stay woke. Miseducation and no hope. Hoping for a wolf in sheep's clothes. The pedophiles won't get exposed. Fears controlled around the globe. Seeing reality can take its toll. I'm awake and I stay woke. Society is a lame joke. So many wars. Stay woke. Miseducation and no hope. Hoping for a wolf in sheep's clothes. The pedophiles won't get exposed. Fears controlled around the globe. Seeing reality can take its toll. Sleep is for the sheep. Wake up, real slumber. Complain is for the weak. Time to tear this thing asunder. Sleep is for the sheep. Wake up from your slumber. And complain is for the weak. Time to tear this thing asunder.
Trap House Entertainment.
Entertainment. That money hack is a real glitch. Gotta count it fast, stack it real quick. I punch the gas. I got 'em mad. They can't find my kill switch. I punch the gas. I got 'em mad. They can't find my kill switch. Kill switch. They can't find my kill switch. Man, I'm flipping every dollar. I wear Carhartt, you wear Prada. Seems your mindset is the problem. You can see I weed my garden, so my proceeds go farther. On the block before Obama, slinging krills, smoking scammer. They pop pills, I hold the product. That money hack is a real glitch. Real gotta count it fast, stack it real quick. I push the gas. I got 'em mad. They can't find my kill switch. I push the gas. I got 'em mad. can't find my kill switch. I got real estate, I got properties, I got blue cards like Monopoly. In different states, I got a lot of keys. You a rat, I got a lot of cheese. And I body beats like lobotomies. Benjamin's got a lot of these. Stock options, got a lot of lead. My chick ass got a lot of squeeze. Stay on your grind, better focus on your paper. If you doing good and you know you got some haters, stay on your grind, better focus on your paper. If you doing good, then you know you got some haters. Bro, you gotta find your lane, cause you can't be no lame. And you gotta go for bank if you wanna play this game. I'm trying to leave a legacy. I'm a breed of better pedigree. No GMO, I got better seeds. Grind time is what it better be. That money hack is a real glitch. Got it, count it fast, stack it real quick. I push the gas, I got them mad. They can't find my kill switch. I push the gas, I got them mad. They can't.
What up? We previewing the new album coming up. We still working on this one, but they're gonna drop soon.
They can't find my kill switch.
We're gonna drop this soon.
Kill switch.
They can't find my kill switch. I don't got
Realize that your mindset shapes your reality. You gain the ability to create your own heaven right here on earth.
Trap House
Your own
Entertainment.
heaven or hell or heaven. You can go in each direction in the present. Count your blessings. Life is precious. Heed the message. Heaven or hell or heaven. You can go in each direction in the present. Count your blessings. Life is precious. Heed the message. Heaven is when you healthy. Hell is when you're wealthy but too sick to go and sell seeds. Heaven is when your kids happy. Hell is when your parents break up and now you miss daddy. Heaven is a good book on a rainy day. Hell is when bills take your paycheck on payday. Heaven is knowing that all your bills paid. Hell is losing a friend you've known since the 5th grade. Heaven isn't just some magic place. Just up in the sky. Heaven is the way that you decided to live your life. Hell isn't some fiery place you go when you die. Hell is denying all the beauty while you are still alive. Heaven isn't just some magic place that's up in the sky. Heaven is the way that you decided to live your life. Hell isn't some fiery place you go when you die. Hell is denying all the beauty while you are still. Sometimes it's hard to conceptualize that we all die. Do it now, ain't no second tries from the afterlife. Procrastination is simply the denial of death. Gotta dust them off, pick your dreams back up off the shelf. Heaven is when you can see the fruits of your labor. Hell is when you need help but won't ask for a favor. Heaven is being at peace and living in the moment. Hell is when you see everyone as an opponent. You can't see heaven if your heart's full of evil. Like you can't squeeze a camel through the eye of a needle. See the hatred in the system, see divinity in people. You can build your own kingdom if you let love lead you on. Heaven isn't just some magic place that's up in the sky. Heaven is the way that you decided to live your life. Hell isn't some fiery place you go when you die. Hell is denying all the beauty while you are still alive. Heaven isn't just some magic place that's up in the sky. Heaven is the way that you decided to live your life. Hell isn't some fiery place you go when you die. Hell is denying all the beauty while you are still alive. Hell or heaven. You can go in each direction in the present. Count your blessings. Life is precious. Heed the message. Heaven or heaven. You can go in each direction in the present. Count your blessings. Life is precious. Heed the message. We are at a moment in time that future scholars will mark as one of the most important eras in human history. Trap House Entertainment. Yeah, I need just a moment. Let me juxtapose it. Time to put it in a frame. Let me check the focus. No more smoking mirrors. No more hocus pocus. Now they start to fear us. The more that we expose it. Say they are the chosen, but won't check their lineage. Robbing all the benefits to start their own villages. Despite the contradictions, we see who the menace is. This a new beginning. This the neogenesis. I hope that you remember this. Shifting the agenda. Threaten the end of civilization that won't surrender. We don't want your sympathy, but turn it to the sender. Let the chaos ensue. Place the world in a blender. The poor are getting slender while the rich are getting fat. Now we can't hold back because the system about to crack. They want a cashless society. We can't envision that. In fact, I think we about to witness a global collapse.
When the system that was designed to serve the people is no longer able or willing to do so. When in fact, that very system has resorted to spiritually, mentally, and physically poisoning its citizens, that system must be destroyed and replaced by any measures necessary. Now is the time to decide which side of history you will stand on.
I can see the light. 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 Yeah. Don't let the evils that men do infect you, but you gotta realize no one's coming to the rescue. So I suggest that you better go grab your best tools. Not a conspiracy theory. Everything I said true. Look at the Jews I fed you. Look at the Jews make fair moves, going side to side like Indians when they head move. They want everyone to be a Zionist like that dude, Ted Cruz. If you hear me speaking, then you part of the resistance. We going off the deep end, can't do it from a distance. We grinding all weekend in the front line position, cause the enemy we fight is sadomasochistic. The president don't run shit, it's run by the bankers. They gangsters trying to control all the oil tankers. They hang and starting wars, putting us all in danger. But it only takes just a moment for the game to change up.
If voting actually worked, it would be illegal. No real change, no revolution has ever occurred through voting.
I can see the light. I can see the light. I can see the light.
I can see the light.
I can see the light. I can see the light. I can see the light.
Man, that's a good one right there too. It's not gonna be a terrible album.
Waiting for the summer, yeah, for the summer.
Waiting for the summer, yeah.
Trap house entertainment. Damn, I hate being cold. Yeah, I hate being cold. When I look out the window, only thing I see is snow. Now I gotta go and shovel just to make it to the stove. When you go outside, you gotta wear extra layer clothes. Got me frozen to my toes. Too much for a southern boy. When the time here lasts forever, think I moved too far up north in April wearing hoodies when I should be wearing shorts. Make me wanna smoke a cig, feel I need a new support. No snowboards, I stay indoors. If you talking winter sports, the only thing I hear is noise. No need to ask for me to join. Y'all can go and hit the slopes. I don't wanna catch a cold, runny nose and scratchy throat. Got fox fur on my coat. I be freezing like a sickle. I used to bag a different kind of white and powder crystals. Now I lay down, that's all. Yeah, on the sidewalk. I'm a June Gemini, so I stay where it's hot. Yeah, winter time is over. I've been waiting for the summer. Said it's gonna be a scorcher and we about to do them numbers. Yeah, smoking like a pro. We don't roll with no beginner. Summertime in the sun, the best days I can remember. Yeah, winter time is over. I've been waiting for the summer. Said it's gonna be a scorcher and we about to do them numbers. Yeah, smoking like a pro. We don't roll with no beginner. Summertime in the sun, the best days. I come up Carolina, baby, so that southern heat don't faze me when it's hot. Niggas act crazy drinking water for hydration. If you sweating, feeling lazy, find an AC or a shade tree, some ice cream, a freezy pop, lemon heads and baked beans, Myrtle Beach, white wheat. Yeah, the strip was popping. If you single, wanna mingle, niggas had too many options. Lynch's River, going fishing, meet the homies and a case of beer, pushing cousins in the water at the pool when we swim, chilling at the park, windows down, let the beat knock. This the sweet spot, breeze blowing through the T-top. Pull up to the block party higher than the treetops. White beater, black polo shorts, and some Reeboks at the weed spot. Weed cops, park the grill, let's barbecue. Water gun fights, running up and down the avenue. The long days full of sunshine, make a better move. Summer season, southern ease, you know how we do. Yeah, when the time is over, I've been waiting for the summer. Said it's gonna be be a scorcher and we about to do the numbers. Yeah, smoking like a pro, we don't go with no beginner. Summertime, and it's on the best days I can remember. Yeah, winter time is over, I've been waiting for the summer. Said it's gonna be a scorcher and we about to do the numbers. Yeah, smoking like a pro, we don't go with no beginner. Summertime, and it's on the best days I can remember. Yeah. Waiting for the summer. Yeah. Trap House Entertainment. House Entertainment. Trap House
Entertainment.
Trap House.
Trap House Entertainment.
You gotta rebel to be a rebel. You gotta reach hell to be a devil. You gotta break bread to get the bezel. You gotta make sales before you settle. Foot on the pedal. You niggas jello. I pop up with the chopper and I hit 'em with the up the river with no paddle when the water pitch yellow. So you gotta be a rebel just to make it out the ghetto. Change gon' come with the funds or the guns. Cause a grown ass man can survive off of crumbs. And I still shake hands with the fiends and the bums. You know the real ass rebels always came from the slums. You know the real ass rebels always came from the slums. You know the real ass rebels always came from the slums. And I still shake hands with the fiends and the bums. You know the real ass rebels always came from the slums. If you play the game, you know no one is innocent. You gon' get some battle scars, wounds, and some blemishes. You gotta toe the line, hold it tight and keep it militant. Silent and listen, the same word just spelled different. I sit and gather my thoughts and polish up my penmanship, recruiting some new membership. My plans are deliberate. The people won't rally if demands aren't legitimate. You better stand on business without pulling no ligaments. Change gon' come with the funds or the guns. Cause a grown ass man can survive off of crumbs. And I still shake hands with the fiends and the bums. You know the real ass rebels always came from the slums. You know the real ass rebels always came from the slums. You know the real ass rebels always came from the slums. And I still shake hands with the fiends and the bums. You know the real ass rebels always came from the slums.
Back to the new.
Trap House Entertainment.
Hit him with another one, Trap.
Trap House Entertainment.
The king can lose his crown. The teacher remains intelligent.
Yep. What else?
The fiends will watch you drown the moment they can't get medicine. So you better swim like a veteran, pulling late nights like Letterman, eyes like brake lights. I know you smelling it. It's the best I ever been. Y'all niggas softer than some gelatin. You never win cause you moving devilish, flyer than a pelican. Master the technique. I always show more action and less speech. Dead beats are dead meat. Living like some scared sheep, pickle eggs and red beets. I want the beef like red meat. You can't sleep once you see the blueprints. Your ignorance a nuisance. My 2 cents. You useless. You just a doofus. I'm in the eye of the storm trying to tie up some loose ends. My flow wet like jet ski. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the black geese. Guy master the techniques. My flow wet like jet ski. I'm moving at jet speed. With revenge of the black geese. Guy master the techniques are immortal. My legacy lives on. To my L's with a smile. You never been that strong. I've been writing since the 90s. Yeah, it's been that long. Try to jump off the porch and got your ass sent home. Yeah, I got big bones. I'm a mixer of the crap. Better not pitch stones. You don't wanna feel my wrath. A pack of rock cones and a half of that gas. We move like Vikings. If our clans gon' clash, I'm vibe coded. The new Trojan, you doom scrolling. My mind open. I'm too focused. You too bogus. It's amazing how I can cause friction and keep motion. Until you put in work, all you can do is keep hoping.
Trap House Entertainment.
My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of black geese. I master the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of black geese. I master the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of black geese. I master the technique. My flow wet like jet skis.
seems like that list is so short. That's not a terrible set of songs, though. Hmm. That was good right there. Let's see. What time we got? Oh, right at 4. Been here for an hour. That's not too bad. Where'd that phone go? Here it is.
be Rand Paul's worst moment. Okay, so we know that this was a psyop, the White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting, and it serves two big purposes. First of all, it's for the ballroom. Now, Trump wanted to get a ballroom built, and I believe that it has way more to do with Israel wanting to build that ballroom and the stuff
so
they want to
he can
put.
fuck his wife in private.
They want to put underneath it. But a U.S. federal judge, District Judge Richard Leon, ruled in late March, just a few weeks ago, that the construction of President Trump's $400 million White House ballroom had to stop, must be halted until Congress explicitly provides the statutory authorization for it.
I'd be in this ballroom.
So he said that statute comes close to giving the president the authority he claims to have. He emphasized that the president is a steward of the White House for future generations, not its owner, and major alterations like this require Congress. He granted a preliminary injunction ordering unless and until Congress blesses this project through statutory authorization, construction has to stop. Exceptions. The final order allowed work strictly necessary for safety and security.
There you go.
For example, an underground bunker.
I think Trump spoke about this after the totally real, not state shooting.
Yes. So you notice how Trump was very understated at the press conference afterwards, and how all the MAGA chuds on Twitter got the message: make this about the ballroom. Say this is why we need a ballroom. And I don't have it with me, but I tweeted it out before. And it's the same. It's just like the K-Hive was for Kamala Harris.
Yes.
They have the Trump chuds.
Didn't take long.
And they all say the same thing over and over, right? And you notice what they didn't say. They weren't saying this, we got to put lefties in jail. That's what they were saying after Charlie Kirk, right? Well, they're not saying it now. What they're saying now is we need a ballroom. And here's Trump saying it right after, immediately after there's supposedly an attempt on his life. He very casually strolls in, does a press conference immediately, and this is what he said.
Motive. And I will say, it's not a particularly secure building. I didn't want to say this, but this is why we have to have all of the attributes of what we're planning at the White House. It's actually a larger room, and it's a much more secure. It's drone-proof, it's bulletproof glass. We need the ballroom. That's why Secret Service, that's why the military are demanding it.
The White House.
So that's the reason. Okay, but there's a secondary reason for that reason. And Kurt, watch this guy. He breaks it down. Watch this.
East Wing Ballroom Project, where Donald Trump fired the McCreary architects and replaced them with Shalom Baroness Associates. This ballroom, the one that has the blueprint that looks exactly like Solomon's Temple. And what does Shalom Baroness Associates have experience with? Doing multiple synagogue renovations, renovating temples. And you remember America Reads the Bible 2026, a historic call to return to God's word that literally finished today, where Donald Trump read the Bible. And he specifically read 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verses 11 through 22. So what does 2 Chronicles chapter 7 deal with? The dedication of the temple, where the Lord appears to Solomon after Solomon finished building the temple, and the Lord gave him a vision, saying, when I shut up the heavens so that there is no rain, or command the locusts to devour the land, or send plagues among my people, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and I will forgive their sins. This is what Donald Trump read. And so is this a play to get the third temple built?
I wonder. I mean, he did that one kosher ritual with his ear. Then they did a kosher slaughter of Charlie Kirk.
Now talk about that ritual, meaning the
It's
Butler,
Exodus.
Pennsylvania. But tell me about that. The Butler,
So-
Pennsylvania attempted assassination, which was it? We now know. I know for 100% that Trump was in on it because he closed down the investigation into it.
That's what convinced me when you said it. Until you said it to me, if you recall, you were like, well, why did he close it down? And I have no good answer for that. I know Trump's not the kind of guy that would do that. Remember, he invaded Iran because they tried to kill him. Remember?
Yeah.
So, he's hiding it.
So talk about how that was a ritual.
Okay, so in the book of Exodus, the servants that left Egypt with Israel to signify that they willingly are servants of Israel, and they're not with the Pharaoh.
They had to pierce their ear.
On their right ear and their wrist and their ankle. Remember, Trump had lost a shoe?
Yes.
And then he gets up and pumps, yeah, Shabbos Goy. And then Charlie Kirk, who, by the way, where they paved over, it looks like a menorah, but it also forms a pentagram or a home plate in baseball. Same thing. And then he was kosher slaughtered. If the nefesh has to leave out the neck, so it had to be out of the neck. That's why I doubt they'd risk it with a bullet, and that's why I would totally lean towards it's a device, because otherwise the ritual ain't right. Okay? Now, why would they be doing cuckoo shit like this? Well, because Chabad, which Jared Kushner's in, and Trump's daughter converted to, and Trump's controlled by, obviously, and anybody with little red Kabbalah bracelets doing. Remember the Celebrity Center? Yeah, that's like a Scientology thing. So it's Intel. It's an Intel cutout. And there's your control thing. And so they're going through all these mechanisms to trick. I don't believe that it matters if you put the blood on your right ear or left ear. That's what these psychopaths believe. You've heard about the crazy religious right. Well, they've been serving this cult the whole time. They've been serving this cult. So that's why Christians who want to go kiss the Wailing Wall, you know how it makes no sense? Because they are subordinate to this cult. And the people that are into that are called Noahides, off the 7 laws of Noah, which is not in the Bible. It's Babylonian Talmud horse shit. And Chabad came up with that because they don't want you converting to Judaism because they're racist. You can be a second-class citizen like Sharia law. You know how you hate Sharia law and you hate Muslims, right? Well, this is their version called Noahide. And that's the plan. George H.W. Bush signed in Noahide. He did a whole ceremony in 97 with a bunch of Chabad people, too. So this has been in the works for a while.
So what do you think about that kid talking about how he fired the architecture team, hired another one that builds temples?
He had me at Shalom.
He read the part of the Bible about the third temple, and then the architecture drawings for this underground bunker at the ballroom resembled the temple. Do you put all that together?
A lot of architecture does resemble that temple. It's a very popular design. That's what Freemasons are. That's the temple builders. That's what they're clubbed about masonry, right? What I don't understand about it, and I'm sure it's some obscure occult thing, I'll find out though, is the third temple has to be built in Jerusalem. Now, Trump moved the embassy to Jerusalem. That was a big move towards that. But as far as I knew, it has to be built in that specific place. So I don't really understand why the White House would have its own Solomon temple under the White House. But, you know, I'm not a batshit occultist. But I talk to them, so I'll ask.
So the reason why I bring this up and I retell this, because I told this in our coverage earlier of the White House correspondent's fake assassination attempt, exactly what I said. Here is Rand Paul. So the White House puts this out, and the White House says what happened last night is exactly the reason our great military, Secret Service, law enforcement, and for different reasons, every president for the last 150 years have been demanding that a large, safe, and secure ballroom be built on the grounds of the White House.
Have they?
This event, I've never heard anybody else say it, ever.
Never heard anything about Greenland or this.
The event would never have happened with the military top secret ballroom currently under construction at the White House. It cannot be built fast enough. While beautiful, it has every highest level security feature there is. Plus, there are no rooms sitting on top for unsecured people to pour in. And inside the gates of the most secured building in the world, the White House, the ridiculous ballroom lawsuit brought by a woman walking her dog who has absolutely no standing to bring such a suit must be dropped immediately. Nothing should be allowed to interfere with its construction, which is on budget and substantially ahead of schedule. Thank you. Guess what?
I understand this.
So Rand Paul retweets it,
Yeah.
and he says, "I'm dropping a bill tomorrow. Let's build the ballroom."
Why don't you stop having balls there? That makes sense.
So that's proving my point that this is about the goddamn ballroom. And maybe it's not just about a ballroom. Maybe it's about this shit. There's Rand Paul kissing the frickin' wall.
Yeah. I don't know if ball means bail, like people keep saying. I don't know if that's true, but you have to understand. And I always don't want to think things that or whatever, but I got told about Rand Paul quite some time ago. A lot of controlled opposition. There's always going to be one guy who's going to say the right thing. It's the job to. And then it's very disappointing when you find out, like Matt Taibbi, when you find out they're good until they're not, right?
Like Bernie Sanders is what I would say.
Oh, yeah, Bernie. Yeah. And that's why I believe that Bernie story 100%. He carries himself like a guy that happened to. But why would they? Here's a larger question. Oh, the military's been saying we need it. Then why is it already done? If we give the military, remember, he's going to cut the budget. So it's about a little bit more than just something military to me. It sounds like these are cuckoo people, and this has to do with their cuckoo cult.
Yeah,
That's what it sounds
that's
like.
what it sounds like to me too. But now you see the mentals come out, and right, because there was no easy way to come to the same. Many are black-pilled on this platform. Sad.
Stop using big pharma words and
Yeah.
putting me in a mental cage
And
where
then-
everything's a pill. How about that?
So then someone says,
Black pills.
so somebody named Luminigenous 89, which is a total real name, says, so some poor man would go to jail for life to create a psyop for Trump. What do you
No, he
think?
would be controlled. He would be like,
What do you think? Do you think MK Ultra ended? What do you think?
I know it didn't because I know Zionists personally.
First of all, Donald Trump, they on purpose bombed a girls' school and killed 180 preteen girls. You don't think these guys with MK Ultra, the guy, you think they give a shit?
Do you think that technology we're gonna like not use it? I said to Kiriakou on here, and I think he is coming around on it. But remember how he's like, well, they don't do that.
Yeah.
He agreed with everything I said on here, except he's like, well, they don't. Why wouldn't they, John?
Let me tell you something. I covered during COVID the head of Pfizer bragging that they have a pill that has a microchip in it that can tell if you took your pill or not.
Mm.
And it will tell, and he goes, look at that kind of what did he call it? He didn't call it compliance. He said, look at that kind of compliance. So when I covered that on Facebook, I knew I was over the target because they had factcheck.org, that fake fact-checking organization, do a hit piece on me saying that I was saying that the COVID vax had microchipped in it. I never said that. I just repeated what Boyla said, that they had that technology to put in a pill. So
Listen,
you think they don't have that technology to put it in your brain and make you do whatever the F they want to do? We know for a fact that they can. We already covered it, that they have the technology to monitor you at work to tell us what you're fucking thinking. If you're thinking about work or something else, we covered it here at this channel.
Guess what? It's even worse than that. Okay.
So
now, this one, you can't call me crazy, but I believe it, and I just got told it. They also work on parasites, engineering parasites. Do you understand?
Why wouldn't they?
Chip.
They work
That's
on
right.
right. They work
As
on
soon as I heard it, I knew it
viruses.
was true.
They
That's
work
right.
on it. They invent the virus and as a bioweapon, and then they invent the vaccine to combat the virus. This is the game they've been doing forever. This
And
isn't
the
new.
goal is complete and total control. That has always been the goal. That's why they love pyramids so fucking much. That's the architecture of control.
How about
And their system is set up that way. Do you see how corporate system? You need to know.
and how quick we forget about how about the shooting of that Jewish was at that Jewish museum, and you saw the guy picking up the shooter's kafia and handing it back to. Do you remember that? They really wanted to make sure that guy. So
I don't know where I live. They had a shooting. No one brings it up, but he was.
That's right.
He loved Iran.
In
Some
Austin.
black guy
Yeah.
from Senegal. That's not even a thing.
Yeah.
A Shia Senegal Muslim doesn't exist. And he had property of Allah on his sweatshirt. Just so you know, when black people go into Islam, it's because they're against slavery 9 times out of 10. That's why they got liked it. But whatever. He's obviously one of these program people.
So this is Rand Paul ruining my opinion of him. That's what. Not only that, but this. And so this was 100% why they set this up. This 100% why they set up this fake assassination. And did they sacrifice some guy with MK Ultra? Of course they did. You think they stopped doing MK? You cannot be that naive. Well, maybe you can, or you're paid to be. A lot of people are paid to be that naive. Well, look at this. Was Trump assassination staged? 70% said yes.
So that's why I don't believe these chats coming in saying shit like that. I think this is full court press.
Yeah.
We got to get our shills out to try to gaslight.
This is how they go after Candace Owens for revealing that Erica Kirk is a pathological liar, and everybody in TPUSA are pathological liars and have been caught lying over and over and over again. That's what this is about. They lied about everything. Just like
Right.
COVID, TPUSA, the people surrounding Charlie after his assassination, they lied about everything. They lied about his loyalty to Israel. They lied about did Netanyahu call that meeting at the Hamptons. They lied about him being offered money by Netanyahu. They lied about the text messages about I'm going to kill, so they're going to kill me. They lied. There wasn't a thing. They lied about everything. His security detail lied that they weren't allowed to use drones, and then they screwed up because the pastor said we were looking at the drone coverage on our phone.
Right.
So they get caught. There's a million they constantly, and that's why they had to go after Candace, and that's why they have to come after us when we're on top of it, because they know we're on top. And here let's read some of it. Ready? I'm starting to wonder if there's no psyop ridiculous enough for people to catch on. No, there isn't.
I forgot if women had dicks for 10 years. Do you think that?
How about
anything
that?
Sillier?
This guy said, this David and 1611, whenever they have the numbers in their name, he says, I don't think they set up a wild fake ass assassination plot with a guy willing to throw his life away to hopefully build a ballroom. Good grief, people.
Okay, stupid. It's called MK Ultra.
Again,
Oh wait, no, string of numbers at the end of your name, so it's fake.
that's right. What do you think about the guy at the golf course, at the Trump's golf course, who they claimed was trying to kill him too? You don't think that guy's been MK Ultra?
The guy who should be in prison his whole life shouldn't have even been out.
Shouldn't have
Who was
been
trying to recruit people for Ukraine
That's right.
for some reason.
It's not about Triple JC says it's not about a ballroom. It's about a new, upgraded bunker to survive in the Terminator times when the oligarchs let the drones loose on it. So at least he's closer. At least he doesn't. At least this guy is not questioning the fact that this was a psyop.
Right. The bunkers exist. They already dug those out in the 50s. What I'm curious about is why this is being called military and why it's shaped like Solomon's Temple.
So Tammy Marler says,
Yeah, I
she's got an
agree.
MBA. She says if it was a psyop, it was to accomplish a whole lot more than just the ballroom.
That's right.
Well, I agree with you there.
She's right.
Yeah.
Because don't forget the FISA. Trump wants to betray you all with and himself, apparently. Remember, he said certain aspects were misused. Which ones, Trump? The ones where it was against you?
She says boost sentiments for Trump's GOP, pass and strengthen FISA, deflect from the Iran war and Epstein, and legitimize Erica Kirk's big security lie to restore her image and recapture USU. Well done, Tammy Marler. But I think there's a lot more to that idea of the bunker at being a temple, or it's got
There's a
something.
lot more to it.
It's got something to do with Israel. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And Trump always does the bidding of Israel because they got him somehow. Well, you guys are so retarded. Who gives a shit about a ball? Okay, well, that's why we know you're fake, because it's not about a ballroom. Okay, so what? The incentive for the Patsy Allen? What was his incentive? He was MK Ultra, like they all are.
What's your incentive to say this stupidity? You're a bot. He's a bot like you. Sometimes they're in human bodies.
Are you also alleging some kind of manipulation or mind control powers by the CIA to trick Allen into spending several weeks planning, penning, or manifesto? No, I just think he was just a lone nut for no reason. And even though he knew he wasn't even close to the president, he decided to start shooting some security guys for no reason.
By the way, the thing where they always have their manifesto on them, and
Yes.
I guess he wrote the manifesto like partway through the shooting, I guess. There was no security here when I got it. Where did he write?
VPNs are more popular than ever. But how is a VPN different from antivirus software? And do you need both? Let's explore. Antivirus software and VPNs.
Why do very smart people get taken by, oh, you mean like Zionism? Oh, look at one like, this is fake. These are all fake people, dude. They're all IDF and fucking CIA, every Intel Five Eyes bullshit.
Just happened to find a deranged teacher from the West Coast willing to spend the rest of his life in prison so they could build the ballroom.
This is all the
They
same
didn't
statement.
happen to. They didn't just happen to.
But you see this? They're all saying the exact same statement. Why would a guy be willing to do that?
Yeah.
To throw his life away? Why is it all of you are saying the same thing? Because that's how it works when you're getting those clip bounties. You all got to put it in your own words, but all say the same thing. Like you can refute it every time if you want, but they're going to keep saying it. And that's how it works. That's how you put stupid phrases. So when I would say to friends of mine that are smart, why would the ICE cops have masks on? Why would it be okay to have masked policemen? And they go, because they might be doxxed. And I'm like, can you hear what you're saying, you fucking idiot? Being doxxed. Their name is on their badge. You can complain in case they stick something up your butthole, which they tend to do. So do you not get that? Oh, I forgot because I read it 3 repeated things. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
It's very easy to control people. I gotta start doing it. Actually, I don't know why I'm complaining about it.
So anyway, as predicted, Rand Paul on cue. And by the way, that there's a lot of people who agree with me. I that tweet. Let me go to it. I just tweeted it out. I had such hopes for Rand Paul. I really did.
I knew it. He's part of the fucking old guard, dude. How would that be possible? You wouldn't be in there. You know, people always try to say Massey this and that, but I haven't seen Massey do what Rand Paul did. And when he does, then I'll go, okay, you're right about Massey. Oh, you see what Massey said about how there's a secret interpretation that's top secret of the FISA rulings that you're not allowed to see?
No.
You have to go to the SCIF to see the Supreme Court's top secret ruling interpretation of that law, and no one's allowed to know. Does that sound like America's real country to you?
So here's Rand Paul's tweet. I'm dropping a bill tomorrow. Let's build the ballroom. And that has 10,000 likes. And then I responded and I said, nobody's buying the PSYOP designed to engineer support for the ballroom after the judge stopped it without an act from Congress. They did the fake shooting so you would submit this very legislation to override the judge's decision, and you performed on cue. It's doing very well. 2002.
Yeah, it's obvious now.
It's
70%
obvious.
of people get that it's fake.
Yeah.
So who, the other 30% tweeted at you?
He needed 1 million views just to get 10,000 likes. I got 2.2 thousand likes on just 38,000 views. So I think I'm doing much better than him percentage wise. and why? Because most people see through this shit. There it is.
So that's why they're panicking and going in chats and stuff saying nonsense things. And that's why Tim Pool's gonna have to work extra hard to sell this amazing story. And all these other people. So that's why. This is a distraction from the real story, Jimmy, which, as you know, is Michael Tracy versus Jim Acosta.
He's talking like Dan Bongino now. Did you notice that? Come on, pussy.
Come on down to Hampton Inn and say that shit to me, Jimmy.
Isn't that wild?
I'll be at the Hampton Inn to fight Jim Acosta.
White House Correspondents' Dinner. I'm going to double check and see see what Grok says about this. Is this really a Fox poll?
You got to treat yourself to Glenn Beck talking to AI George Washington.
It says no reliable poll or survey has measured this yet. That's what Grok says.
So Grok is not a Fox News fan?
So is this fake? Is Gabriel squared?
Why even take it like Grok is something to trust at all? People ask the AI. I don't understand that. You think the AI is going to tell you?
Let me see this. Let me go ahead and ask Grok. This post. This is true. And then we'll see what Grok says. We're going to see it in real time. Grok says. There's no way that, but no matter what Grok says, there's no way this was a real assassination attempt. There's no way that this was not engineered and that guy wasn't MK Ultra to do exactly what he did. You're telling me, Kurt, you heard reports that his family had alerted the feds that he was messed up?
Yes, no, lots of people. He's been talking about this stuff for a while. So why do you need a FISA court if you can't even follow up on a tip where people tell you? Why is there anybody left since they're spying on you all day and that's established? How does this even happen ever at all?
Right?
It doesn't really make sense. The FISA court, you're not even allowed to know how they interpret the secret FISA law. That's how secret it is. You can't stop Tren de la Aragua or where this other bullshit.
So this says, no, it's not true. So this graph says it's not true. So maybe this is a bogus poll.
What?
The Twitter post you linked from Gabriel Squared included an image of a supposed AP North Pole graphic claiming that 70% of Americans said yes to the question, was Trump's attack States, supposedly from April 25th, right after the White House Correspondents' Dinner. It even has fake Fox Business Barney and Company branding. This graphic is fabricated. It's a hoax.
Oh.
So that's a hoax. So that is a hoax.
Okay, so
As much as we want to believe it, that poll is a hoax. Okay.
Maybe I'm being optimistic. Most people answered the poll and said, people.
Who would pay for that poll? You have to think about, right? So nobody, because polls cost a lot of money. And so
they'd word it differently than straightforward. The giveaway should have been was a straightforward question and answer and not
Yeah.
Are you still MAGA and something with all these weird qualifiers to
Okay.
juice it? You know.
All right, so that's a fake poll. I'm willing to admit that, but I am 100% that this was a fake assassination attempt.
Also, I'll be honest with you. I don't believe none of the polls. I stopped believing in polls before Trump got elected. These people busk with the polls. You throw $1 in.
Oh, there's a million different ways to rig polls. That's for sure.
Yeah, and what's the purpose? It's so cow brains can go, and I want to be with the group like Family Feud. What did most Americans say in the survey? Remember that stupid show to test if you're the most like a cow question? And it's not, you don't have a creative answer. That's how you lose.
Come see me May 23rd in Atlanta, May 24th in Raleigh, North Carolina. We'll be May 7th in Burbank, then Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Spokane, Tacoma, June 26th and 27th, Levittown, New York, and Governors. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. Hey, have you heard about the 11 missing scientists related to NASA? Click here to learn more about them and other shady practices from NASA that might affect you.
Other shady practices from NASA. All right, I'm gonna try to get this little neck area squared away, and then we'll cut it short right there. Oh man, my eyes are watery. What is going on here? So we can throw a little bit of highlights in here real quick. All right, it's gonna be no problem. Catch you next time, Wendy. Appreciate the company. I gotta get up out of here too. Mm-hmm. Okay, that don't look too bad. Let's see if that'll get us where we need to be. Yeah, my goddamn palette getting low on paint too. Palette getting kind of low on paint. How we doing, guys? Y'all still hanging in there? Hanging tight. So you about to wrap it up here in the next 5 minutes. You're almost at that stopping point. Really did want to focus on that skin tone today. So we go ahead and knock that out. Knock out that skin tone. Then we can work on the hair a little bit the next time. Now this part of his chin has a little beard stubble, so I'll get this area when I do the hair on his beard. I think this right here looks pretty good right now. Let me put that line back just a little bit darker. Mm-hmm. I got another little rim light on the back side of his neck. All right, I think that's gonna be our mark for the day. I'll just feather these a little bit. Well, it look good for my house. Shit, I'm hitting the stop button on the time lapse right there. We good for the day, people. We're gonna put in a couple hours, man. Put in some little couple hours just now. The second detail there looking pretty good. I appreciate it, bro. Get some contrast in his beard tomorrow. That'll start pulling his face together a little bit more. And work on his hair tomorrow, do his beard, and then the hair on his head, and that might be a session. And then we'll fall back, and hopefully this square is dried. I'm still fucking pulling paint off right now. I was hoping that would be dry enough where I can add the blue details to that. But even if we have to set it to the side again for a little while, it'd be all right. We got other shit we can work on. I don't know what as of yet, but we'll do that. Damn, I was about to watch the brush. I gotta go to the bathroom so bad. Let me go to the bathroom and then I'll come back and clean these brushes up real quick.
Trap house.
House Entertainment.
The king can lose his crown, the teacher remains intelligent. The fiends will watch you drown the moment they can't get medicine. So you better swim like a veteran, pulling late nights like Letterman, eyes like brake lights. I know you smelling it. This the best I ever been. Y'all niggas softer than some gelatin. You never win, cause you moving devilish. Flyer than a pelican, master the technique. I always show more action and less speech. Dead beats are dead meat. Living like some scared sheep, pickled eggs and red beets. I want the beef like red meat. You can't sleep once you see the blueprints. Your ignorance a nuisance. My 2 cents. You useless. You just a doofus. I'm in the eye of the storm trying to tie up some loose ends. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving that jet speed. Revenge of the black geese. Guy master the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving that jet speed. Revenge of the black geese. Guy master the technique. So immortal, my legacy lives on. To my L's with a smile. You never been that strong. I've been writing since the 90s. Yeah, it's been that long. Try to jump off the porch and got your ass sent home. Yeah, I got big bones. I'm a mixer of the crap. Better not pitch stones. You don't wanna feel my wrath. A pack of rock cones and a half of that gas. We move like Vikings. If our clans gon' clash, I'm vibe coded. The new Trojan, you doom scrolling. My mind open, I'm too focused, you too bogus. It's amazing how I can cause friction and keep motion. Until you put in work, all you can do is keep hoping.
Trap House Entertainment.
My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the black geese. I mastered the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the black geese. I mastered the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the
All right, let me, because my photo files are so big now, my devices don't automatically sync with each other. So every time I gotta airdrop the latest time lapse to my phone. Come on, airdrop. Is that file that big? This shit's still trying to send it. It's sending. There's only a couple of us in here right now, but I think I'm gonna do a quick reading of the lyrics for our newest song before we head out. Come on, devices. We're so spoiled with technology. Like, it's only taking about a minute to transfer, but it's like, that's a minute too long. Airdrop complete. All right, cool. That's not a bad one. Anyway. Goddamn. Well, that's what you wanted. Well, gee willikers. like to welcome everyone to another edition of a reading of the lyrics. I'm your host, Travis Prince, and today's song is entitled Technique. This one starts off with a slow build-up intro that goes Trap House Entertainment. That leads us right into our first verse. The king can lose his crown. The teacher remains intelligent. The fiends will watch you drown the moment they can't get medicine. So you better swim like a veteran, pulling late nights like Letterman. Eyes like brake lights, I know you're smelling it. This the best I've ever been. Y'all niggas softer than some gelatin, you never win. Cause you move devilish. Flyer than a pelican, mastered the technique. I always show more action and less speech. You deadbeats are dead meat, living like some scared sheep. Pickled eggs and red beets. I want the beef like red meat. You can't sleep once you see the blueprints. Your ignorance, a nuisance. My 2 cents. You useless. You just a doofus. I'm in the eye of the storm, trying to tie up some loose ends. And that's followed by a hook which reads, my flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the black geek. I mastered the technique. Our second verse is as follows. My techniques are immortal. My legacy lives on. Took my L's with a smile. You've never been that strong. I've been writing since the 90s. Yeah, it's been that long. Tried to jump off the porch and got your ass sent home. Yeah, I got big bones. I'm a master of the craft. Better not pitch stones. You don't want to feel my wrath. A pack of raw cones and a half of that gas. We move like Vikings if our clan's gonna crash. If our clan's gonna clash. I'm vibe coding the new Trojan. You doom scrolling. My mind open, I'm too focused, you too bogus. It's amazing how I can cause friction and keep motion. Until you put in work, all you can do is keep hoping. Trap House Entertainment. And we end off with the hook once again. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of the black geek. I mastered the technique. Thank you. This has been a reading of the lyrics. I'm Travis Prince, and we will catch you in the next one.
Trap House Entertainment.
Trap House Entertainment.
The king can lose his crown. The teacher remains intelligent. The fiends will watch you drown the moment they can't get medicine. So you better swim like a veteran, pulling lights like Letterman, eyes like brake lights. I know you smelling it. That's the best I ever been. Y'all niggas softer than some gelatin. You never win because you moving devilish. Fired in a pelican, master the technique. I always show more action and less speech. You dead beats and dead meat. Living like some scared sheep, pickle eggs and red beets. I want the beef like red meat. can't sleep. Once you see the blueprints, your ignorance a nuisance. My 2 cents, you useless. You just a doofus. I'm in the eye of the storm, trying to tie up some loose ends. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving that jet speed. Revenge of the black geese. Got mastered the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving that jet speed. With revenge of the black geese. I got mastered the technique. My techniques are immortal. My legacy lives on. Through my L's with a smile. You never been that strong. I've been writing since the 90s. Yeah, it's been that long. Trying to jump off the porch and got your ass sent home. Yeah, I got big bones. I'm a mixer of the crab better not be stones. You don't wanna feel my wrath. A pack of raw cones and a half of that gas. We move like Vikings. If our clans gon' clash, I'm vibe coded. The new Trojan, you doom scrolling. My mind open, I'm too focused, you too bogus. It's amazing how I keep cause fiction and keep motion. Until you put in work, all you can do is keep hoping.
Trap House Entertainment.
My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of black geese. I mastered the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of black geese. I mastered the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. I'm moving at jet speed. Revenge of black geese. I mastered the technique. My flow wet like jet skis. Just be revenge of the black geese. I mastered the technique.
Once again, man, I always appreciate the content, man. You guys are the best. Thank you for hanging out with me this afternoon in the studio, checking out the progress on the paintings, man. That's all we be doing. I hope y'all have a wonderful evening, and we'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace. We're out here.